Hello, hi, welcome, and thank you so much for being here today. We're going to start this reading with the wisdom of the oracle. I'm going to read the cards a little bit different in the beginning just to get the whole scenario here. And this reading is timeless, collective. See what feels like it resonates. Always follow and trust that divine guidance that is in you, to your higher self, to God, to source, to the universe, that direct connection you have, because the answer is in you. And try to make balanced decisions between logic and intuition. So your decisions are sound, based in love. We're the highest, greatest good of everyone. So we're all uplifted in love. Let's dive right in, see what the whole situation is, and unpeel the layers or dive deeper from there. So let's see what God, Source, Holy Spirit, Christ consciousness, our higher selves, angels, and energies of love have for the highest, greatest good of all. So you have the past, you have the future, but you really only have the now that you are in. There's something happening here and now. I also feel like there's a window of opportunity that's right before your eyes. I hear now is as good a time as any. So maybe somebody was always kind of sitting around waiting for the right perfect time, and I feel like it's just starting. So here and now, tell us more. Let's see what's going on in the here and now. The here and now is somebody wants to build. Somebody's looking at their environment or what they are building, seeing if it's a house of cards or if it's something solid and stable. I hear uprooting or changing the foundation or checking the foundation. Maybe it has to do with your roots, root chakra. Maybe it has to do with a soulmate. Maybe it's building with a particular person that you feel in your soul is a divine connection, somebody that you feel like you've always known. All right, so we got some love coming in. This keeps wanting to come through. What are the numbers here? Hold on, I need my readers. We have 41, 28, and 32. Those could be ages. I feel like with this one, somebody's putting some, I don't know. So they're like floating blocks. I feel like there is somebody that maybe, I'm getting that floating energy. Maybe it was kind of a connection that was very ethereal, where you felt like you were lighter than air, but the blocks feel solid and heavy. So I feel like something needed to be grounded. Maybe it needed a solid foundation. Maybe it's going back to the basics or something like that. Let's get one more. Here now, building blocks and soulmates. I love this energy. Yeah, you're building with somebody else. You have co-creation at the bottom. There's something about you and somebody combining your dreams or being stronger because you each put in, I'm getting equal effort into building something together, because the energy of co-creation is not just one person. I hear under all the stress or doing all the work. This is where there is equal give and take, back and forth. Even if what you put your energy into is different, it's an equal exchange of energy. You know, you're combining this cheetah and this owl together to make a cheetah spotted, egg here. What's going to hatch out of it? I don't know. It might be something really amazing. I feel like you do have to wait. No, I just heard no. When that window of opportunity is there, I feel like you do have to knock on it. You have this beautiful energy of regeneration. So maybe there was something that, because it looks like the earth is scorched. But if you look close, it looks like that lava or that spiritual light is kind of coming up. I don't know, like going, I want to say through the veins of the tree. And I feel like whatever is going to sprout or blossom off of this tree, even though it looks like it is, done and gone, is going to be a different kind of energy. I feel like there is a spiritual connection here. And I am also getting with that, like that light, I hope you can see it, that there is something that feels like it's illuminating in your life differently. I just heard elimination. Maybe something had to be eliminated for something to be illuminated. Regeneration. So for some of you, this could be repairing or reconnecting to someone. For some of you, this could be the here and now, where you did some, I hear soul searching for yourself, or you started to build something on your own. But I definitely feel like with the soulmates and the co-creation, if you feel like you're doing something alone, this is on its way to you very soon. I just heard thank you. Oh, that was really sweet. I'm getting a lot of gratitude with whatever is coming in. So should we, let's do a different layer, but something different. Let's layer all these with the Lenormand and get a little more clarity. Go a little deeper. Let's ask first about the here and the now. Tell us about the here and now, please and thank you. What is another layer on what's going on in the here and now, so someone's not in nostalgia and not over analyzing what could or could not happen in the future. It's paying attention to the moment you are gifted to have. I keep getting gifts and gratitude, and I just heard somebody changing their mind, or maybe it's changing one's mindset. And now I hear being mindful. I don't know why I just heard Nora Jones, but I got her name and not necessarily a song. What is the song she has? I wait until I saw the sun. Don't know why I didn't come. In the house of fun. Don't know. Maybe somebody didn't come before. They don't even know why. Maybe somebody is here and now questioning why they didn't take a window of opportunity when it was presented to them. Why didn't they build in a place or with a person or in their own life where it could have brought this beautiful regeneration, renewal kind of energy? I feel like somebody's, because I get that spiritual energy, I feel like somebody's spirit guides or their soul knew the truth, but they resisted something before. Oh, I heard somebody almost with attitude saying, well, I'm not going to resist it anymore. Well, maybe this is somebody that learned their lesson. All right, tell us about the here and now. What do we need to know about the here and now, please? What is the here and now saying? So you got a man. So right now there is a masculine energy. Either you're focused on the yang energy or focused on you. This is, a key player in the situation right now. So it could be husband, grandfather, boss, a significant man, a masculine energy. All right, well, let's ask about the building blocks. Oh, well, the building blocks is somebody's making a move. Somebody's into an experience and they know that the next step has to do with riding into a situation with full confidence. I hear full steam ahead. So maybe this building or this foundation that I saw has to do with a journey or somebody coming to visit you. I feel like right now somebody wants to come over, or if this is you and you're the masculine energy, you definitely know I feel like you need to get in the car already, because I feel like somebody was stalling or just not hitting the gas, thinking about the journey but not actually getting on the road. It's time to get on your horse. News, message, a visitor, and activity. I mean, if you're building something here, maybe it's activity by activity or experience by experience or journey on top of another journey. I feel like somebody has to, I feel like something felt like a stretch. I'm getting like a stretch, but I feel like it's not such a stretch if you just move closer to what you're stretching towards. All right, well, let's ask about the soulmate. Tell us about the soulmate energy. Please and thank you. I feel like somebody recognized that somebody has a deep soul connection to him or her, and that's what they don't want to let that window of opportunity close off. Because I feel like maybe somebody even shut the shutters on something. So maybe somebody even had like a little bit of self-sabotage or self-doubt in something. Tell us about the soulmate, please. Why is soulmates here? Tell us about soulmates. Oh yeah, you have the stork. So guess what this is? Transformation. So there's transformation because of a certain person. I mean, a soulmate, whether that's a lover or a friend, comes in your life to help you grow with the energy of love. But it could also be that there's big changes. So for some of you, this could be a new soulmate coming in your life, soul recognition. But I feel like there's a particular partnership or person where a lot of transformations have happened overall in both of your lives just by knowing each other, just by maybe conversations you have had. And if this is somebody new, expect that to happen. Something's going to change. It's also the energy with the 17 of the star, wishes, healing, and it says improvements. And then you have regeneration. Something's going to improve. So this could be mending a particular partnership. Maybe it starts with a visit. I just heard in and out. So maybe this is somebody that was in and out before, but I'm getting a different twist on that. Like, I feel like I want to say like, let's just go to your house. I don't know. I mean, this could be a mindset, but I see somebody like they want to have something new come in, but they're making a conscious choice. Okay, I want this in my life, so I need to release this that I do not need anymore for something to have the space. Because I'm getting something like, you see that there? Like, I'm getting a little bit of kind of a hoarder kind of energy where something is piling up too much and you don't even recognize the value of the beautiful things you have because there's too much clutter on top of everything. I am kind of getting that is energetically speaking, but take that as it resonates for you. But I do feel like somebody is choosing to, because they really want something beautiful, you know, this transformative energy in their life. They recognize they have to, like, I'm getting like out with the old, in with the new. But for some of you, since they see something old, I just heard, what is that phrase when you get married? Something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue. That was interesting. Maybe some of you are attending a wedding. It is a stork here, so maybe there is a new arrival in a family, or a new project that you are birthing to build upon. Maybe this is a future wedding. I'm getting I don't know, I'm getting a soul wedding, like a spiritual marriage more than paperwork. So ask about the regeneration. Tell us about regeneration. What's regenerating? What's changing? What's getting a brand new energy? What's being seen in a spiritual light? Please and thank you. Tell us about this. I just heard glow up. I mean, I just see all this glowing energy here. So maybe it is a overall glow up in your life. I see somebody actually working out. So maybe some of you are doing something different with your fitness or getting healthier, making healthier choices. I'm getting environments though, because this is that scorched earth. Sometimes, you know, that volcano has to erupt or that earth has to be scorched for it to have new, fresh energy. So I am getting environment for some of you. A change of environment or recognizing how you feel in certain environments. I feel like there's something you thought was done and gone, and yet it is not. So either that's a new situation that is different from the last, or something revised that was let go of. Regeneration. Tell us about regeneration, please. I'm getting so many extra downloads in between these cards. Oh, I like this, because if you're regenerating and you're changing, it means you're no longer setting these limitations, sticking something in this little cage in the box. You're opening up that cage door, and you're seeing that those wings were meant to fly, to feel freedom. It's limitations or restrictions and feeling trapped. So if you're scorching some earth or seeing something as spiritual light to get unstuck or feel, you know, like you're not trapped, that's really good. Maybe this man feels like they were trapped in a gilded cage. That was kind of weird. But the bird cage, I see. All right, so I'm getting, like, I grew up my whole life with a parrot. I had an African gray, and later I had an eclectus. Vinny is currently at my mom's house. I do technically still have an eclectus. But I'm thinking of the difference between the birds that were, like, their wings were clipped from the time they were very young and never even knew they can fly. You know, a bird that has its wings clipped can kind of fly down. They can land softly, but there's not that, you know, they can't fly up to a perch. And then there's a bird that learned to fly, learned to use those muscles, but then, you know, you take them to the vet and they clip their wings, maybe because it's protection or whatever, but they can't fly, but they still know they can. And I feel like that would be more restricting than never knowing at all that you could fly. I feel like, because then feathers grow back. So I feel like if there's this energy where you knew you could fly, you felt that freedom before, and you finally get your wings back, I feel an energy of so much relief. If it's where all of a sudden those feathers are growing back, we're just using this as an example here because this is what I'm getting, and somebody is suddenly learning to fly. Is that a Foo Fighters song? I think it is. Learning to fly. There is this, I'm getting like a learning curve. So maybe a little bit extra, you know, attention, or I did see someone working out where you are still learning something really different, but I feel this exuberance, this like, holy effing, you know what? Like, is this what these wings were for? I didn't even know. And I feel like somebody just wishes they tried sooner. And then I'm getting the bird that knows they can fly. Its wings are perfectly good, and there's something trapping them, whether this is a mindset, you know. Now I'm getting Eight of Swords energy, someone just believing they were trapped because that's what they were told, or that's what they told themselves, or always, I'm getting even self-sabotage, or always letting some kind of hurdle or restrictions get in their way. Perhaps out of fear, leaving the nest, going to the unknown. What is it like out there? If you go and perch in a tree, you're pretty safe in the uncomfortable bird cage that you know. But I feel like if there was a cage that felt like it was the environment that was known, those toys are getting boring. Because I feel like there's lack of attention coming from outside the cage. 40. I feel like this regeneration is somebody doesn't want to feel trapped. It could even be if it was codependency, or somebody trapped in a partnership that was maybe not a soulmate, but more of a karmic cycle. That cycle needed to end a long time ago, or it's ready to now. You know, you want that building blocks to be constant expansion, not just constantly falling over, or I'm getting reaching like a plateau where it can't be built past a certain point. It could also be where somebody was possibly in an unrequited situation. Maybe it started out equal, and something, I don't know. I feel like somebody started to feel backed against a wall, or I don't know why I heard too big for their britches. That was weird. But I'm getting even like, you see these two birds here, like their soul was meant to grow bigger than this environment, this partnership, or this caged situation. So they knew something started to feel uncomfortable for a long time, but maybe it's just getting on that horse and facing the unknown. I'm gonna take that because we got the co-creation as the foundation here, and this is the foundation on this deck. So there is definitely communication coming in. Somebody's getting a letter, they're sending a text, it could be written communication, email, messages. I'm seeing an invitation with this letter. So maybe somebody's inviting you to get on that horse with them, or saying, hey, it's not even about the invite. What are you doing right now? There are so many cards here. All right, I'm going to organize. I'm going to go grab a different deck, and yeah, let's dive a little deeper for you guys. I want to go big here. So I really like the archetypes deck, but I really do like to read from the book because I find it's very wise. So let's get what the overall archetype is. Tell us what the main energy is. Wow, there's two. So maybe this is you and somebody else. You have the tear and the shadow. If there's a shadow here, it means there was a bright light. Maybe it's also facing the shadows. Maybe this is also something that happened. I'm getting that tear as a big lens. I guess we're going to read a lot from the book here. I didn't expect two to come through. So let's just dive in. Let's see. L. Oh, these silly Roman numerals. Okay, L, I. All right, got it. Where are my glasses? Let's dive into the teardrops. I don't know why I just heard the weirdest song, and you know what it's from? It is Grease. Because I had a majorette routine to that song. It's Tears on My Pillow. Tears on my pillow, pain in my heart, coming from you. I think I just switched keys on that, but that song, I have no idea who sings it. The tear, the morning, the release, the rain. Tears are droplets of letting go. I did see that in and out, or letting something go. Once they begin to fall, we allow the swelling tide of emotion to run its elemental course. Often the tear is what is needed in order for, well, here you go, in order for a conversation or a situation to break into the next level of intimacy and vulnerability. Some say that tears are so powerful in softening our egos that they open up a portal to the unseen world. Through our watery eyes, the ancestors catch, oh, that's really sweet, catch glimpses of us, and we are reminded of their internal embrace. We sense our humanity, our humility, and we allow ourselves to be held. It is likely this card appears when there is grieving yet to do, a sinking down into disappointment or despair that once acknowledged. I feel like that's with this shadow here. It will bring a shimmer. Oh, I just thought of the song by Fuel. This world is sure to fade away again. Yeah, I like that song. Will bring a shimmer of clarity to our dewy eyes. All right, so now let's look at let's see how fast I can find this. It's like a challenge. Oh, I did it. That was pretty good. Let's look at the shadow. Because the shadow is often what somebody doesn't want to face, and yet the necessary thing to look at for transformation and change. So although every card in the archetypes deck has a shadow of potential, this card asks us to delve into the qualities of the shadow itself. We often think that the shadow can be purified, illuminated, and made right through effort. Where you have that effort, achievement. However, it is typically the case that our lofty pursuits of ascension and perfection is the very source of our shadow, of the shadow material itself. By rejecting parts of ourself and the world, we begin to separate from the whole. Rather than getting to know the qualities and content of our shadow, we busy ourselves, you know, avoiding its presence. And this is called denial. No, maybe somebody was denying that there needed to be regeneration, or that something wasn't building, or they needed to step on the gas, or the possibility that maybe strength can be vulnerability. Rather than getting to know the qualities and content of our shadow, we busy ourselves with avoiding its presence, and this is denial. When this card appears, it is time to take inventory. I did see you like releasing something to bring something new in of these things. You've been denying when the mind responds with no, anything but that. You are touching the shadow. Find support for this deep inner work and move towards the shadow with patience and compassion. That's deep. So let's go to this, because I did bring it out, and if I have it here and I keep staring at it, I feel like we do need to use it, even if it's just 1 or 2 cards. So let's go to the divine truth. 1 or 2, please. Let's dive a little deeper on what is going on. Oh yeah, you got the shadow. Somebody didn't even know that they were distorted, that they were seeing all like through the wonky mirror. This is somebody that maybe I don't know why I see co-created with like the wrong energies, or I mean, I'm getting somebody thought that they were in a soulmate situation, and yet it was karmic patterns. I hear like, no, I'm your soulmate. I don't know what that is. Or maybe somebody believed they were, but they didn't recognize that, you know, if they're going in circles around something and they're meant to evolve out of something, grow, you know, and have a big, huge, quick, hard-ass lesson. I don't know. It's like somebody preferred somebody to be in this distorted viewpoint than see the clear truth. But the clear truth here is telling you to look at the shadow and look at the light. So maybe there had to be some comparison. And also, I hear radical acceptance of both. My views on relationships are distorted from past experiences. Maybe that's why, I don't know. I feel like you, that could be you and somebody else. Maybe that's why you're gifted this new energy where you can actually co-create together. And you have this soulmate energy coming in. I'm getting to heal a lot of past turmoil. That sounds really heavy. Maybe some of you are really, like, you were really put through the ringer, you know, in some past situations. I feel like something is coming through. It's going to feel so much brighter, easier. But I am getting that you learned a lot through those tears. I feel like somebody was also really holding back their tears. I'm getting trying to be strong. So that could be that masculine energy, but it doesn't have to be. It could be a feminine energy. I'm getting a lot of like, don't, what are you doing? Why are you crying? And I'm also, I don't know why I'm seeing this. I'm also getting that because you have this distorted view. I feel like there may have been somebody that learned somehow. And this probably is a karmic that somebody was attached to, where it's almost like they used those tears I don't know. I just think of these. I saw a show, like a little clipping. It was like on YouTube of the actors that know how to like cry on a dime and like the different ways you can do it. I feel like somebody learned that crying gets them what they want, but I'm getting that it was more of this shadow side. It was more of an ego hurt than really deep. And I'm getting that there was another energy that cried their freaking like heart out, that was really, really injured, hurt, and maybe not even noticed. I don't know where you are on that, or if any of that was helpful. So I guess you have to look at the shadow side of somebody's patterns. Because if this is somebody distorted, because it could be unemotionally available or emotionally immature. Let's get another one. Clarify distorted. I feel like somebody, I don't know, I see, oh yeah, same message coming out. I was gonna say, I feel like that bird is in there and somebody put like a wavy funhouse mirror in there saying, this is what you look like. It's like this bird thought they looked like this. And I feel like suddenly something changes and they're like, wait, is that what I look like? Or is that what's really there? Or maybe it's even a true deep soulmate that's like, this is what I see in your soul. Why don't you believe that in yourself? Because I feel like the soulmate energy is accepting of somebody's, you know, shadow side and their amazing depth and beauty and light. I was only able to see what I wanted to see, and I'm so sorry for not seeing your worth. Maybe for some of you, somebody assumed you were a certain way because that was the experiences that they knew. They'd only had crappy relationships, or they never saw a happy marriage, or they were used to somebody running away, or it could even be an avoidant energy where they ran away before they got too close or too vulnerable because it would hurt too freaking much to open themselves up to something they really loved, and then it just opens the cage and flies away. And that's often a rewiring of someone's brain, and that would take time because that's when somebody learns that love and fear are the same or connected, and they are not. Love is not fear. They are the opposite spectrums. But it doesn't mean that somebody didn't come from past situations or never was taught or saw how beautiful divine love, unconditional love is. How it is wholeheartedly, soulfully accepting. I was only able to see what I wanted to see. And I'm sorry for not seeing your worth. And look at the, you know, the way they're looking through that glass. Let's get one more. One more, please, and thank you. This is kind of a reading today that is heavy on, what we got here? Heavy on the oracle cards, but sometimes that's just what happens. You have somebody that's changing the rhythm of their pace, their cadence. Somebody who is now getting more creative on their solutions or thinking a different way, firing up the right and the left hemisphere of the brain and thinking the long term, but also on their next step. You have somebody here that is putting all the puzzle pieces. Didn't I say something about the floating puzzle pieces over here, those floating blocks? Now somebody is putting, you know, connecting the dots, putting the strings together, seeing their old situation differently from the possibilities of their future, or the possibilities with the soulmate connection, or just individually on what they want to build now. So somebody's putting together an offer for you, and they want you to not refuse it, planning their next move. You're my muse, my inspiration, and you create and ignite my soul. Somebody's like whistling a different tune. after meeting you or inspired by you. So let's go to the tarot. Which one do I have though? I thought I brought the Jazz Age. Hold on. I don't see it. I don't see it. Oh, here I do. Oh, I brought it. So let's get you a little clarity. Tell us more. Here now, soulmates. Restore, co-create, letter, distorted, strategizing, cadence. I just heard agenda really big, and I'm kind of getting that might be past situations. Either you or your new soulmate, who you know is your soulmate, went through, or somebody was always strategizing, planning their next move. But I feel like there might be somebody kind of selfish there. I don't know what that is, but I feel like if there's somebody that was strategizing for selfish purposes, then they are being seen clearly. The mask is being removed. Somebody's connecting the dots. Maybe that's on somebody's repeat behavior. So let's just ask in general, what would be helpful for you to know? What would be helpful right now? Let's ask it right now, your next step. Oh, I like that. So whatever was imbalanced in your life is coming back into balance. This is taking the divine masculine and feminine, combining it with as above, so below, as within, so without, and finding that perfect formula that you need for the next step. Temperance is a Sagittarius energy. This is also where, I mean, you don't always get it perfect the first time. You have to be willing to adjust something. Look at the catalyst in a situation. Look at the key components you need to keep, and what are the, I'm getting that something needed to be filtered away. It's very much, it's interesting. It's very much like alchemy here. I don't know why I just thought of alkaline water, but it's always finding that center point. And I always feel like it's also in, like, what is that, like layman's terms, it's becoming the professional, which doesn't happen until you have more and more experiences. It's also somebody that can take something that's super difficult and you make it look effortless because of your expertise or how much attention you put into something, but it doesn't mean it's not hard. It could also be that somebody has gone through an array of emotions or dealt with a lot of different personalities, and somebody really had to find their own inner balance through all of those circumstances. 14 brings you to a 5, which does mean something is going to change. Clarify, temperance. Oh, you have the Lovers. So maybe this is a partnership that's coming in your life that is the perfect balance of masculine, feminine, yin, yang. Definitely a receptive, balanced kind of love. These people just look like they're like looking in each other's eyes and reading each other's souls. The Lovers is also a big choice. So somebody choosing to be in love, to express how they feel to a specific person. But when the Lovers is here in its high vibration, there usually is an angel actually in both of these cards. And that angel is there by guidance, you know, protection. So there is a connection to faith, the divine, God, your higher selves. But I'm just picturing the original Lovers card. There is no strings that the angel has on either of those two people, you know, that are probably soulmates. It's each of those people respecting the other, recognizing that that other person has free will, can make their own choices. Because if it's a hold on how someone feels or trying to make somebody feel a certain way, that's not the Lovers. That's going more to like devil territory with the restrictions, the complications. the agenda, you know. When the Lovers is upright, it is freedom. And it's recognizing through different cycles of, you know, anybody's life that sometimes people choose to continue to build together, to get on the same page, to constantly regenerate and to grow. And sometimes people grow apart. So if there's true love here with that Gemini energy, it's finding that balance, even if somebody chooses to go a different way or suddenly doesn't feel the same way. It's having that respect to the other person to live their truth and offering that freedom, even if it comes with some hard tears. That takes a lot of strength, and that takes a lot of maturity, soul-wise, to do, because not everybody can do that, you know? A lot of people would rather latch, where's your weird distortion? Latch on to the chaos that they know than branch out and, you know, make some moves to the unknown, or who they're growing into, or what possibilities could come in their life down the road. You know, if that Lovers is upside down, it can be where something that was a back and forth energy or was right at some point in your life or someone else's life suddenly doesn't feel right anymore. Something stopped building. So it's definitely making a choice that involves caring about the other person, but there has to be self-love with the Lovers. If you're only caring about that other person and not the truth of you, it's imbalance. If somebody is only caring about themselves and not how the other person truly feels, that's also imbalance and selfish. So there is a lot of strength with that Lovers card, but you have somebody coming in that ultimately chooses to be together, because the Lovers is two people that just choose to be together. At the bottom, you have the King of Pentacles, which is very much a husband kind of card, or somebody that is looking at not just playing checkers over here, but playing the long game of chess. It's also a cowboy energy, and I kind of like that. The King of Pentacles is someone that wants to put in the effort, tangible, touchable effort in the everyday to build something secure for the long term. The King of Pentacles doesn't want to waste valuable time, because the here and now is all that you have. So you're not guaranteed tomorrow. Oh, I just thought of that amazing song. I love that song. Bruno Mars and Lady Gaga. If the world was ending, I'd want to be next to you. Aww. That's really pretty. I feel that just gave me goosies. This is somebody that can see that continual building process with someone they believe in, someone that sees their shadow, their truth, their soul, and lovingly accepts it all. If the king will just look upside down, if this is upside down, the King of Pentacles could be somebody that is more of that gilded cage kind of energy, distorted on what society, their parents, their friends, their ex-partners, what the, you know, what the neighborhood said, what the culture said is supposed to be valuable. And it's generally somebody that finds value in things, in superficial scenarios, superficial, artificial, plastic partnerships, you know, having the trophy on their arm, something looking good on paper, but never connecting to their soul. So I feel like this is somebody connecting to their soul. You also have a cowboy here. He's just got to get on that horse and ride in the right direction. So I feel like this was our reading. I feel like the goosies were the ending. So with this, I bid you adieu. I hope something came through here today that was helpful for you. And thank you for giving this video a like. Thank you for giving it a good old thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. And I appreciate you being here and spending your time with me today and being part of our soul family, our journey together. And with this, I bid you adieu. I love you, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.